Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss what a true Best Bourbon in the World award might look like. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Jeff Andresi and Kathy Cool.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, everyone.
Hey-oh. So, yes, first of all, I am amazed, and I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. This was set up yesterday, and then I even forgot during the day. Matt was going out of town with the Monicas this weekend, and it was a tough deal to get that. We planned this, I don't know, 8 or 9 months ago, and you know, I've had so many things come up where I'm like, nope, can't. That's the untouchable weekend. I'm going to the Monicas, and then Matt reaches out on Thursday and says, I'm sick. We're going to have to cancel. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I really need shows, so I'll reach out to some folks and see if they're available. You guys were available, which is amazing. I'm kind of envious because with less than 24-hour notice, here we are. So, yeah.
Maybe we're just losers, dude.
That's what I was going to say. What else am I going to do on
Keeping me from laundry.
Right. Yeah, Matt was like, oh, we need to reschedule. So I looked at my calendar. I have no other weekend open in 2025.
So in a way, now you have an open weekend.
Kind of, and then I book myself for work, of course. So,
sure.
But tomorrow I'm kind of open, and I'm kind of glad too because it's Gary Heingartner's 81st birthday, so I'm going to the event for that. So I wasn't going to be able to go to that. I was kind of like bummed. I didn't know it was happening that weekend until they started promoting that. So I was like, I'm going to miss Gary's birthday, and I don't like missing stuff like that because Gary's certainly a supporter of what we do. I'd like to support what he does as well. So. Yeah, I try to help all the guys. Demetrius Kane, he had a bunch of people leave. One guy had to retire. So got some issues. He had to retire. And then one guy just quit. And then one guy's going back to college. So he lost like 3 people. So I was like, do you need to borrow Darren for a couple days next week? So I'm going to loan out Darren. So but I like to be supportive like they are in Kentucky. I want the St. Louis area to be supportive of one another too. Certainly they're the ones that are doing a good job. So I'm glad to do that. And then, you know, it goes back to when we had the tornado damage. Demetrius reached out, and again, because I posted online, we had minor damage and stuff like that, and we did, but I didn't want to overplay it. But then people are concerned, and you know, some people thought the whole shop was wrecked, and really, it didn't touch the shop side at all. But he had reached out and said, "Hey, if you need help fixing stuff, I'm there." And I was like,
"Aww,"
I was like,
No, yeah, that's a great guy right there.
Yeah, I thought that was very, very nice. So yeah, that was cool. So yes, so it's it does make for a weird weekend. I have some free time, so yeah. Well, went out to dinner tonight. We had to go early. We go to a place called Montebello's, which is really good pizza, local. But if you get in there, it opens at 4, so we got there at 5. It was like already an hour wait to get a pizza, but it was like, okay, well we got the time, so we did it. I never get in there because it's just impossible. If you go there if you'd go there now, so 7 o'clock on a Friday night, it's probably an hour wait to get a table, then probably 2 hours to get your pizza or some crazy shit. And that was really good. People do it, they only exist, and they got a whole thing. It's, they process the pizzas as they come in. So, but they do a big takeout business too. So you're like, oh, there's only so many. It's a small place. There's only so many tables I can get. No, it's nonstop people coming in to get pizzas to go, and which is nice because even if they tell you it's going to be an hour and a half to get your pizza or 2 hours, you're at your house and you plan for when you know the place, you just plan for that. And you'll be like, all right, I'll call them at 5 o'clock and we'll have our pizza at 7, and that's how you do it or whatever. So yeah.
It's like that app that they have where you can get on the wait list before you even leave your house.
Yeah.
For restaurants and
right. Yeah. Same type of thing. Yep, for sure.
You could take turns holding down the table and
right.
Yes. Let someone else go run their errands and
Sure. Unfortunately, it's in Lime, so there's not a lot of stuff to do around there. Sure. That's only for our St. Louis listeners. It doesn't help Jeff. He doesn't know me. It's a nice town, hard-working town. I like Lime, and it's close to where I live, so I do plenty of stuff in Lime for sure. So, before we get to our topic of the day, which is going to be this award situation, and we're going to see if we can provide. We're not going to be able to solve it. I know that because it's a mess. We're going to see if we can come up with anything that might be helpful. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, Kathy said there's something she want to talk about. What is that?
Yes. So I was reading an article about someone that was in prison, and he had a really, not a feminine name, but a really not hardcore name. So now McNew doesn't have kids, and I don't have kids, but Jeff and Steve, you have kids.
Yeah.
Did you name them things that, if they were in prison, they could hold up?
Oh, this is I don't think people think of when they're naming their kids. I'm like, do you want to be cute? You want them to be professional and get a job someday? You never think about how would this name do in prison? This is a good question.
Right. I don't know.
I think Cat would hold up.
I think Cat, I guess, would be cool, and
Yeah, I think that holds.
Yeah.
If she went by Katie or Catherine, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I that didn't come into play when I was naming
the prison thing. No, me either. I didn't.
Yeah, but what did you name your kids?
Well, I have a Caitlin and I have an Emily.
Oh, Emily's going down.
Yeah,
They're not fighters.
They're not fighters.
No, they're sweet. They're sweet, beautiful names. They're not fighters.
Because I was watching the Little League World Series, the Little League baseball game, and there's a kid named Maxon and another kid named Heath, and I'm just like, they're not going to make it, man.
They're not going to make it. No.
They're going to have to go to a really light prison.
Those are blue collar prisoners. Those aren't going to or white collar prisoners. They're not going to a regular prison.
Right.
Yeah,
they're white collar crimes. We can't
corporate espionage and high level stuff.
We're not fighters. Mom and Dad didn't name us like that.
Yeah. I did intentionally think about the name though, and I wanted to create a brand like I said, if your name's Cat, and again, I don't know, there's a lot of cats now, but you think about all the cats that they're either Cat's age or younger, or I just didn't know any people other than one woman. There was a family friend who her name was Cat, and I'd known her since I was born, but I didn't know anybody else ever in my life other than that woman when Cat was born. Now I know a lot of people call themselves Cat, but so I thought it's like creating a brand. The people will remember her if your name's Cat. They'll remember, and it kind of worked out that way. People always remember her name, so even though there's more now than there ever was, but yeah.
And it's cool. So she could have been like a Catherine or a Katie. That's so basic. Cat is cool though. That's like a cool girl name.
Yeah. Well, so
any middle name tie to anything?
For Kat?
Yeah.
We had people on both sides named Catherine. One on my mom's middle name's Catherine. On my wife's side, she had a grandmother named Catherine with a K. So then there was negotiations at C or K. And then the middle name though came because Amy's grandmother passed away a couple years before Kat was born, and we said we would always name Kat after her. Her middle name. Her name was Stella, so Catherine Stella. So she got her middle name from her great grandmother, who she never met on that side. So
okay,
yeah.
Yep. We did the same thing with the girls. Caitlin's named my middle name's after my mom's dad, and we didn't get to all four. I had two siblings, so we had three of the four. So my oldest is named after my dad's mom, Leela. So it's an interesting name. And then Emily's was named after her mom's grandmother, Clara. So a couple older names, but that was for the middle name.
Yeah, older at the time maybe, but Emily is, I think, a pretty popular name.
Emily is, but the middle names are.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Emily and Caitlin are both pretty modern. Yeah, the middle names are old. It's cute.
Yeah.
No, I have a whole list of names. As somebody without kids who never really wants to have them.
Why would you worry about that at all?
Scares off the dudes.
They
see that.
Like accidents happen, and if one did, I would be like, "That's its name," and I don't give a fuck what you say about it. Like I've planned this already.
So can you share that, or is that meant to be secret?
Yeah, so I really only like girl names because I don't boy mom. So if it ever happened, I'd be like, please be a girl. I don't know what to do with a boy. But
at least a person, you could wait till he gets to be like 8 or so, and then he could drive your car down and get a change for oil changes and tire rotations.
Somebody, So mine are like total ends of the spectrum. I like really old classic names are like kind of really out there names.
Okay.
So like my favorite girl name is Genevieve. Call her Vivi. Genevieve Evangeline. It's a whole mouthful of a name. There's a lot of V's and G's in there, but I like it. It sounds nice.
Okay.
Or I like Credence, like CCR, but I'd spell it with a K because I don't like C's. So Credence C. They don't make any sense.
So you're going to have
bias against C's.
McNew is not only going to have one oops, but two, apparently. She's got two daughter names lined up.
But if it was a boy, I like Benjamin. Benjamin's a good name.
Okay.
But I don't have a middle name. So
would you call him Benjamin, or would he be a Ben?
Benji, probably.
Benji.
Like the dog.
Oh,
like
shit.
No. Yeah,
Ben is fine. Benjamin, I like. But yeah, I've always had a list, even though I'm like, those are not in my wheelhouse. I don't want those. I wouldn't even know what to do with those. But I've had a list of names my whole life.
100% you're getting a reality show if you have a kid, McNew. That would be
yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that's a really good 401k plan.
Yeah, it's true.
18 years, I could just take off and hang out with my kid for 18 years. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
With the cameras following.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You think
all kinds of sponsors.
Right.
You think Credence is a crazy name, though? Because, like, people name their kid Cadence, which isn't cute. I like Credence, and you could call her Cree, and I think that's really cute.
It would be your baby, so you name it.
But do you think she's going to end up in, like, one of those this name is a tragedy groups? Because those exist, but...
So would it be Credence Clearwater McNew?
Your middle name would be Sage. I don't know what...
You don't know what that is, Steve.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with McNew.
Green River.
Nothing there. All right. Jeff's next.
I've got, man, is it humid out here? I've got some Nobleton's Reserve.
Okay.
From you.
Okay. Oh, that was great. That was really nice. Stuck the landing. Everything about that one was good. I've got Cock of the Walk bourbon whiskey. I mean, come on. This is where we're at now at this point.
Oh, okay.
Aged in wood for perfection. Is this like a joke? Did someone? I don't even know where I got this. Did someone?
A joke. This is.
It could be a joke. Did someone put this in my studio?
Cock of the what?
Here's
Walk
really-
of
Walk of the walk?
Yeah.
I've seen that bottle before.
It says on the back, original since 1951.
Where is it?
Where's it from?
Well, it's in Bardstown, Kentucky. So we've all know Cock of the Walk Distilling Company. They're one of our favorites. No, I never heard of it. I don't know what this is. All right.
It's drank out of. You've had it for a minute.
Well, Justine might have left this. Justine came with a bunch of stuff, and then she's like, I got more whiskey than I need. So I assume this is
Barrel dump. Bottle dump.
This is from the collection of one Justine made.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think. All right, let's see what we got here. No, nothing there. Jeff had a very explosive cork pop, and he's got the lead since you were not around, Kathy. Just
Okay.
updated. You're last but not least.
All right. His was explosive.
Yes.
Then I am going to open my very old Barton, back when it was still very old Barton 100 proof.
Okay.
And it's a screw top.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Jeff, you win, buddy.
Hey.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about what a true bourbon, best bourbon in the world award should look like. How can they structure this where it makes some sense? We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
We are going to start over.
Is that how the show starts out?
No!
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about what a best bourbon award should look like.
Yes, we are. So there's a lot of different awards that you can get, and many of them bestow their top award as the best bourbon in the world, or the best whiskey in the world, or the best rye in the world, whatever it is. That's like their top award. And I think that there's something inherently wrong with having 50 different whiskeys calling themselves the best bourbon, best whiskey in the world. I think we can do better. So how could we fix this? I mean, I've got some ideas if you want me to go first, but if you guys got some ideas, I'd like to hear what you're...
Well, I was thinking about this. First of all, it has to be made in the United States. So that narrows down our search to make it bourbon. Even though it's the best bourbon in the world, it's made in the United States. So I'm thinking of something like restaurant critics.
Okay.
Where they just, you don't know who they are. They come in, they eat a meal, and then they have an opinion. And you get a crew of these, and they go to distilleries.
Okay.
And they try stuff, and then it would be almost like a Michelin star. Like, we have one Michelin star.
Okay. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. But it would be secret.
Yeah.
Right.
For choppers.
Yes.
And I like this because it's different than like any concept of an awards thing is now. Like they just go when they go, and maybe at the end of the year, whoever is the whiskey critic turns in like their scores, and then it's, you know, you got this many points, you get this many Michelin stars or whatever. I like this idea. This is a good idea.
I've got two takes on it. Number one, you could take what we have now, identify all the awards that are awarding the best bourbon in the world, and say, you know what, we're going to have a competition, a blind competition from all of the winners of those, and then we will crown the true best bourbon in the world because we're going to have those compete against one another. That could be an idea, for sure.
That would work.
Yeah, and then the other thing, I think it should be kind of set up like the Olympics, where you set some standards that allow you to make it in. Now, you know, how the Olympics works is there's you know, trials and stuff like that. So any country can say, hey, I want to be on the bobsled team, and then they have to qualify, just like the Jamaican bobsled team did it. You know, that's the whole story of why that's so special, in that you can't just say, oh, we're Jamaica, we want to be on the bobsled competition. You then truly have to train for it because you have to qualify. And I think that maybe you could set it up where there's some sort of qualification thing. There has to be so many articles written by it. It doesn't have to all just be competition related. It could be, you know, how do consumers rate it, or, you know, just different things. And if they hit that and then they want to enter, they're at least vetted out going into it. They hit some minimum standards to be vetted out to get into the competition. And then you truly have, you know, the best of. And not everyone gets in, everyone gets a chance. It's not just, hey, pay a fee for it, enter your best single barrel and do that. It has to be, they have to qualify, you know, before they even get the invitation to be in. So that'd be another idea.
I think one of the, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say also, who are the judges? Like, who's getting invited to be a judge? What are their qualifications? Because, you know, some they get like a Maggie Kimbrell, and they like get really solid people judging these things. And sometimes I'm just like, who the hell is this person? Like,
yeah.
I think the judging needs to change a little bit too.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
too.
according to a recent article I read, Tim Swyatt is quite an experienced judge.
Yes.
In whiskey competitions.
Yes, I would love to see the list of competitions he's judged.
He should obviously be on the list of people.
For sure. Tim Swyatt.
So I'd want to start with some overall ground rules. Okay, so we said bourbon. So obviously you've got to meet all the standards of a bourbon.
Yes.
If we're using bourbon. And then it's going to come down to, are we talking about anything that's widely available, or could it be a single barrel?
I think it must be available for sale. Some places are submitting like a barrel that they've kept tucked away because it keeps winning. This has to be something that in that year you could purchase somehow.
That's what I'm getting at.
I think that's a fair way to do it. Right.
Yep. So that's a good way. And then you know, I'm a huge fan of blind judging. Mm-hmm. So the judges don't know who's they're judging.
So like Stevie Wonder might be one. So
there you go.
Could be. And the competitors don't know who's judging theirs either.
Okay.
So it's a double blind. So there's no chance of, you know, buying the jury or anything like that. The question becomes, is every judge going to be judging all of them, or do they do a random piece, and is it all done over a weekend, or like Kathy said, it could happen over a period of time?
I think that The truest way is to not have them judge all of them, because I think that there's the potential to spoil when they all get to judge the same thing, and especially if they're in the same room, because there are subtle ways to indicate what you think should win, whether it's just a hand gesture, where it's how your placement on the mat. Even, I mean, I'll go to things and I'll see people that are ranking them just where they place the glass. Their leaders up top, and then so there's ways where you can be like, I didn't say anything. But there's ways to cheat if they're all together judging everyone. So I kind of like the idea of, and it's just like any sports competition. Are the Yankees the best? They didn't beat this other team. Well, they're not even in that same league. They didn't play them in the playoffs.
Right.
So, it's at the end of it, there's a champion that might not have competed against everyone, but that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
so. But they all try everything that is in the. So, like, I'm in a room, I'm sequestered, but I'm still tasting all of the competitors.
Yeah, you just don't get to see other people while you're doing it.
Or I'm saying you don't necessarily have to taste all of it. It could be the four of us, and we're on teams. Or we might be a team. Maybe we're tasting, 25 of the 100 competitors, and there's 4 other teams of judges that then will bubble up and play against one another.
It's so Steve, when I do barbecue judging, Kansas City Barbecue Society rules. There's essentially, for every team competing, there's one judge. Judges sit in a table of 6, and typically you're sitting with 5 other judges, and you'll get 6 samples. So maybe let's just say there's 40 competitors at this contest. There's going to be 7 tables. They'll all have 6. So some will get to judge 5 entrants of each meat, and some will judge 6. But
that's too much math. I'm lost.
It is. Every judge only samples 5 or 6 people's stuff, 6 at a table.
Yeah.
And it's so it's broken down. Now the thing is, all of the judges should have some type of training, right?
Right. Yes.
And there's a certain set of standards, and I don't know if we do that with bourbon. In barbecue, we're judging taste, tenderness, and appearance. That, I don't know what your scoring system would be, but is there something to do with the color? But it really should come down to the flavor. It should come down to.
But Jeff, when you're doing barbecue, does your palate not get worn out by the 5th one? You're like, does it all taste the same?
It does, and so when I go, you do 4 rounds, so you get 24 samples of meat.
Yeah.
6 pieces of chicken, 6 ribs, 6 pork, and 6 brisket.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And all you can do in between, and this happens over an hour and a half, from noon until 1:30, you're judging these 4 meats. And the only thing you can do is you can have water, and you can have saltine crackers or soda crackers.
Okay.
That's all you can do. And that's different. You could set something up where it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's a good idea, though. Yeah, I've never been a judge on any sort of thing like that, but I do like the idea of hey, you have to be sequestered. You can only have water, because anything can change it. Someone goes, I'm going to get a cup of coffee real quick. I was out too late last night. Well, that could fuck everything up for your palate,
Well, that's what I'm thinking for like bourbon too, because like. I mean, if you're doing it first thing in the morning, like that judge uses freaking Crust and that one uses Colgate. Like your toothpaste could change it. Your breakfast could change it. Like everybody's palate's so different.
You should name one of your kids Crest or Colgate.
Yeah.
Come here, Colgate.
With a K.
Yeah, she doesn't like C's. We know that.
Actually. But no, but like if you had coffee, you're like, oh, I started my day with a Bloody Mary, and then like you are drinking alcohol, so you're getting like might get a little intoxicated if you're not like spitting it out. I think it should be over 2 days. Like, so I think you should get judges where, okay, we're gonna do it the morning, like let's call it a Thursday morning. We have all these judges in here, 10 samples, whatever. They judge them, and then the next day they're getting the same samples, but in the afternoon. Are they going to judge them the same? I want to see.
That's a good way to do it, because it's
I do like
palate
that.
dependent, and it changes.
palate changes. Yeah.
So, so we started with some rules, and one of them was commercially available.
Right.
I don't know if that means in 50 states. You could set it up so many different ways, right?
Sure.
We could talk about this forever, but
but I don't think the best bourbon in the world has to be available in all 50 states, because there's very few in reality. The percentage of bourbons that are available in all 50 states is so small. You'd have the same winner every year.
It just needs to be available to purchase at some point during the year.
Yeah.
Whether is that the distillery or at a store.
It could be a limited release. It could be, so it doesn't need to be a year round. That makes sense.
Yeah. I do like you got to prove it got sold. So if it's your everyday product, that's a small batch product, then anything goes. But if it's going to be a single barrel, you have to prove that it was up for sale. You got to capture a video or something like that, or show a customer receipt. Because I don't like the idea of just hanging on to the exact same single barrel that you then put in stainless steel, and then it doesn't change, and you just keep entering the same thing every year. What the hell? It's
a little cheating and misleading. Right. But also, what is the point of winning awards for something you're not going to sell? Because I feel like, hey, we won here with the product. You would want people to go buy that product because it's award winning.
No, but I mean, in theory, sure, but in reality, you just want to be able to say we created the best bourbon in the world, most people don't even the fact the most recent one literally is just as we record this, it came out today, that larceny A128 or whatever. I don't. That's not the actual number.
It's A123, and it is a good one.
Okay, A123. So it won best bourbon in the world. But when you look at that, I don't think 98% of people who buy even know what that means. They're just like, oh, this larceny won best bourbon in the world. This is and any marketing Heaven Hill does, they're not going to say, hey, A123 is the best bourbon in the world. They're going to say larceny barrel proof is the best bourbon in the world. Yeah. They're not going to be like, hey, by the way, get this one barrel that you're not going to be able to find. They're going to just promote it generically at best.
So like a competition, Total Wine keeps track of what you buy if you're a member, and a lot of other stores do as well. Mm-hmm. So I would at the end of the year, mid-year, whatever, they'd be like, hey, you bought this bottle. Here's samples of everything you bought this year. Rank your favorite. So I would a consumer says that this is the best in the world. Right. I would that's going to be so messy to organize. It's probably impossible. But you could do that, Steve. You know what your customers buy, especially the syndicate members. You could be like, hey, rank our best this year. This is our best in our world.
Right.
You can do that, because I don't really care what a judge thinks. I care hey, I'm a person buying this. I read reviews. I'm never going to give reviews, but I like to read reviews before I buy things. So I think it's kind of like that, where I'm I would love a consumer's choice award for bourbon, and those don't really seem to exist.
Right. KK, do you think someone with enough money could get McNew to write reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Yeah,
I don't think it's even that big of a number.
I don't think so either.
I mean, there's certainly ways to vote as a consumer. One is with your wallet, right? You can just what's selling the most, and that's not necessarily the best way either, because it's
right. Yeah, because then it's going to obviously skew towards the big mass marketed products, but there's some weight to that too. I mean, I get it. Sales is, at the end of the day, sales is going to be what keeps the lights on at all these places. So for sure.
Right.
So I don't know. Again, you see how tough this is and all that, but it's also. I'm sure it's exhilarating if you win, but it's also frustrating as consumers to see so many different whiskeys laying stake to the claim the best bourbon in the world. It's because it's not.
I think we got to get rid of the freaking. We got a double gold. We got a triple gold. What the fuck does that mean? I'm sure I could look it up and figure it out. I don't want.
Right.
But I don't want to be double this and triple that. It seems like a lot of numbers, and I'm immediately on it. I don't.
It was like Jeff's scoring system. I was so confused.
So confused.
How many pieces of meat in a table of 6 with 5? I don't know.
A lot of factors going on there. So
anyway, I'm we just got to be like the Olympics. Here's our top 3: gold, silver, bronze. I don't need a double gold. What's that mean? You're up a tier higher. I can't do it. They gotta stop with that.
They gotta stop with it. Okay. There you go. There you go. All right. On that note, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. KK, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at KKCaststrength.
All right, Jeff.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and the Cigar Dojo, Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
Okay, McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew, ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley. That's on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. And I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see me. The ABV Barrel Shop. I work at the place where you can try before you buy, and we are online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.